What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Viral the Virtual the Bricks. Listen, the podcast. We are here. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed week one. Well, we talked about the Vosa marketing. We're doing this series talking about the different type of marketing for your small business, for your business. And I mean, we laying down real gems. And hopefully, you also went and watched my interview with Credit Bay. Listen, Laracha Bell. Listen, she broke that thing down. She was one of my exclusive clients on my coaching side. Listen, for the month of August, she 10x her income, and she did some of this same marketing that we finna talk about today. So listen, I'm not gonna hold you. We finna hop and jump literally right into it. But even before I start, listen, this podcast is brought to you by Juice Court Fashion. Listen, the one of the number one style leaders. You get what I'm saying? Out here in the market when it come down to your colors, your shoe drops, and now they have business merch. They're also the home of the crooked letter gear, which you see that I got on today. So if you're from Mississippi and you want some representation, you can go there. If you're a business owner and you want some fly and style merch that you can also get. Listen, you want to go and listen. You want to go and get your listen gear. You want to go and get your crooked letter gear. You want to go and get all of your style and different color gear that you can get. Listen, for the holiday season, they got a fall line that's dropping that's going to be crazy and out of this world. Let's get into it. All right, so today, man, we're literally talking about local marketing. Now, we all know about social media marketing and how well it benefits us. We know about you get what I'm saying, digital marketing, all of that stuff. But you know, local marketing almost seems like a lost art or a lost gem. And I've been seeing some of it lately, and we're going to discuss some different methods that you can get in and get to it. And I want to put my argumentative statement in here first, and that's that who in the world really thought that local marketing and brick and mortar was going to fall behind? Who in the, because I don't know, but if y'all are on TikTok and y'all know we do a lot of lives over there, you know what I'm saying? At Beat Life Matt, SEO Coach Matt, that's where you can find me. But we do a lot of lives over there. We do a lot of talks, a lot of conversations. And one of the craziest talks and conversations that we had was a couple months ago, digital market this, digital product this, digital product that. And people had this talk and this thing where they really thought that digital products was going to move brick and mortar out the way. They thought that digital products was going to replace, the physical market space when it comes to small business. Because we know, obviously, you get what I'm saying, as an industry, it's going to do its thing. You get what I'm saying? Your Walmart, your Targets, all of that. But people really thought online, and even especially on TikTok, that they was like, listen, we finna be all digital. It finna be digital. And I don't know if you know, but TikTok announced the other day that they like, listen, we finna pull these links off the bio. So folks ain't finna be able to go and find you and be able to press that link. They're going to have to buy from you on TikTok Shop. You get what I'm saying? So they say, listen, we want to remove the links, but I feel like they have another plan that's coming. But local marketing, you need to be doing it. Some of y'all, you need to be replacing some of the marketing that you may be missing when it comes down to social media platforms, or even not always being just left to the algorithm. You get what I'm saying? You want to be able to be found. You want to be able to make sure that you are giving them folks what they really need to know about you. So let's go over some local marketing, different tactics and different things that we got. So number one, and these are some really small ones. So I'm going to start in levels, right? And I'm going to start with a small level of local marketing things that you can be doing and go from there. So number one is stickers and using QR codes. So I've seen this and I freaking love it when it's on a pole, when it's on, the best place I've seen it placed, and there got to be somewhere better, but is at gas stations. So at the gas station, one of the ones that's close to where I live, close to the crib, I was at a pump one day and I noticed it had this sticker on it. And I'm like, man, these folks are hitting it. They doing it. I said, this crazy. And they had the QR code on it. Then I seen it again a few days later. I seen it on a gas pump. And I said, okay, I see it. Now, this is soliciting. It is soliciting. There is fines for soliciting, but there are places where you know they not likely go report it, and that they may not even scrape it off. You get what I'm saying? Now you may stray away from your target audience when you do this. You get what I'm saying? But any place where it's a good place for you to place it or put it, that's a good thing to do. You get what I'm saying? All right, then we got flyers. Now I remember at one point in time, one of the things that we did with flyers was at sporting games and sporting events. Because the cars come and leave, this is a good place to do some soliciting. A lot of people take the risk of doing it like in an apartment complex or in business sections and stuff. Listen, if, I don't know about all that because I feel like that's definitely where you go get the police called on you. You get what I'm saying? And once again, this is just that level one, that bottom level of local marketing. So I don't want folks to be like, nah, ain't no way, man, you out here telling folks to go out here and get them some flyers and be out here sticking them on folks' cars. Listen, put them on them windshield, baby, because we all look at them, even when we got to look at them to throw them away. But a good place to look at them joints at and see, okay, let me see what's going on. Let me see what I got shaking. Let me see what I'm gonna get from this is to be able to take those flyers and put them on cars. But my favorite place to do it at is at sporting events. You get what I'm saying? At sporting events. Look, I'm talking about high school level sporting events. These are parents. So if you're selling tumblers, cups, something like that, all of that different stuff, you can take this stuff and place it where it got to go, place it where it's going to be at. You get what I'm saying? And listen, people are like it, people to do what they do with it, all type of stuff like that. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that's a really good place. Places that are really related to the type of businesses that you'll have, but anywhere where there's parking and stuff like that, you got your flyers that you can be having. You can also set up a situation, of course, where you where it's safer, is secure, is permitted, and you can go in and do that thing. So then we got business cards, of course. Your business card marketing, you can do this not only just when you go to networking events, but you can do this when you the same way like with the flyers, and you can have them. You can be putting them on cars, you can be putting them in car windows, stuff like that. But the advertising that you have on your business flyer, the advertising that you have on that thing, you really have to make sure that it's right. You really got to make sure that it's right, that it's hidden. You really got to make sure that it says what it needs to say. As long as it's saying what it needs to say, as long as it is catchy, you get what I'm saying? Maybe a little visualization of the product, then you're going to be hitting on that thing. Now, the one thing you definitely got to make sure you got if you're doing business card marketing and you're placing it on some vehicles, and once again, you got to watch out for your soliciting. So make sure, you just be careful where you put them at. You get what I'm saying? But if you're in a space like a sporting event, a high school game, where these cars are coming and they leaving, you get what I'm saying? Then make sure you got that QR code on it so people can be able to go to the link of your website, of your landing page, all of that. And listen, a landing page is so much better to use than just a landing page is so much better to use than just your website, because it literally you can have a video that's at the top of the landing page that gets people to watch the video about what it is that you do, what it is about what you're selling. So it can be a product display video, anything like that. You get what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you're doing that. Make sure that you are putting it in a place that's really going to work for you. And I promise, those that help for you. That's I call that raunchy local marketing. So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about local marketing, but that's a little bit of the raunchy side. If you're doing the stickers with the QR codes on it, the flyers and the business card, but you can get it done. I promise you that much. You can get it done. You can get it placed where you want to get it placed at, and you can go from there. But that's like phase one. We're going to talk about two more phases inside of local marketing. So let's keep getting to it. This live is brought to you by Dripping in Diamonds. You understand? Listen, if you are a man, woman, styling, profiling, you get what I'm saying? You be out in the streets, or you just be in the office and you like to look clean and you need you some jewelry. I'm talking about the #1 Cuban supplier for the streets. You get what I'm saying? I know y'all got all these other boys and folks y'all be going to see, and middle of the mall. But listen, if you want some real quality jewelry that you ain't trying to spend young thugs money on, you get what I'm saying? You have no Rico dollars. You have no, you get what I'm saying? You like, listen, I may work on the oil rig, but I don't own the oil rig. I may drive the bus, but I don't own the bus. Listen, you want to go get you some Cubans from Dripping in Diamonds. Listen, drippingindiamonds.com. Listen, you can find her on all social media platforms at Dripping in Diamonds. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but in my streets, the #1 Cuban supplier. Go get it. All right, so now let's talk about a little bit more advancement when it comes to your local marketing. So, this is one I don't see a lot of small businesses use a lot, but there's a really good price point around this, and that is ads. So, and not online ads. So once again, we're doing local marketing. So somebody may be saying, "Matt, is you talking about putting it in the newspaper?" No, no, sir, no, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. We definitely are past that point. Now, people do still read newspapers. You get what I'm saying? Now, there's not a lot of people that still read these newspapers. But how many of y'all have been inside of like the gas stations where one, I went in a gas station one day, baby, they had it in the mirror. They had a TV in the mirror and it played a channel with the games on it. But every few minutes, it would start going through different little advertisements. I said, "Oh, this what's up." How many of y'all have been in Love truck stops? You get what I'm saying? They have them on the back of the doors. I've seen them in QTs. They have them when you in it, so they have the little paper slot. So not all of them are digital, but you can still buy an ad to go inside of trucks and different things like that. I mean truck stops and different local marketing. So there are ad placements. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes I think the only outside marketing we think about is billboards. And there are even small billboards that you can do. Everybody, I feel like within business needs to go and see what a billboard price is. What is the billboard pricing in your area? Because you may be able to participate in this and don't even know. You get what I'm saying? They may be like, listen, this joint $350 a month. You know what I'm saying? If you pushing P and you like, man, I got that in my marketing budget, you can do that. You get what I'm saying? Especially if you have a brick and mortar or you have an event that's coming up. And people may need want to know that too. They may be like, listen, what would I add a billboard for? It can't just be something you will put on social media that expires, because we know that content that we make that expires, and then we know there's content that we can make that what you would put on a billboard, it needs to be extensive. It needs to tell people where to come shop, different things like that. Because in your marketing, you have to know, what am I promoting? What am I advertising? What am I putting out there? And then what do I want people to do? Now, in your local marketing, you may not have as much call to action, because your local marketing is definitely going to be, in the past, it has been predominantly branded. So when we think about from a branding aspect, billboards made a lot of sense, because people on the highway, people on the road, they see the billboard, they know, okay, this exists, I can get it, blah, 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 stuff like that. So sometimes people wouldn't get in the billboards because you had to have so much of an established brand, or whatever your message was that went to this billboard. You had to really have that on point. You get what I'm saying? But now there are so many clever ways and things that you can put on a billboard that would give you some pizzazz. You get what I'm saying? It would give you some spice and make for a really good moment when it comes down to what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're presenting, what it is that you want the people to see from you. So you can do that, but there's plenty of ways to do local ads. And those local ads will help you to be able to do your marketing, all of that good stuff, right? All right. So you also got pop-ups. Now I'll give you the next two. There's pop-ups and then there's networking. In networking, we're going to put networking events in there. But in the pop-ups, listen, this is the thing that you got to understand. I don't know why people who don't have products don't do pop-ups. Like, now you got to become a G in finding out what good pop-ups there is out there, what good pop-ups that you need to be going to, which ones are going to be great representation for what you got going on. So you can get into a place where you like, listen, okay, this pop-up in this area does really well for me, and these are my customer base. When I go over here, these people be buying from me. These people be getting what it is that I want. These people be what I want them to buy. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to the pop-up situation, you got to know, okay, in my local marketing, what are the specs You get what I'm saying? Do they have this shop at the right time? And I don't know about anybody else, but in my hometown, shout out to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Y'all know I'm in Dallas now, but in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, we used to have they still have it, farmers market. And they have different events where you can go out there and vend. And what I loved about the farmers market is that thing went on every Friday. It goes on. I don't know why I keep making it like it's past tense, but it goes on every Friday. And there's a bunch of different tents out there. And I bought from these, and we went out and did pop-ups and did pop-up marketing and stuff like that. And I got some gems for y'all. So I know some of y'all wondering, like, is he gonna give the pop-up market gems that he used to do? Yes. Yes, I'm going to tell you how we used to make thousands of dollars at our pop-up table. And sometimes it didn't have nothing to do with our product. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna make sure to tell you that. Now, networking events too. Listen, stop going to these people networking events and only over there eating the cheese and crackers. You get what I'm saying? Stop doing that. You just over there getting on them people kibbles and bits. You get what I'm saying? Drinking them for a little wine, they little spritzers. You get what I'm saying? No, man, listen. Go over there and really talk to people. And you got to practice networking. You get what I'm saying? You got to practice it, and you got to perform it. You got to get better and better and better and better at it. And how you get better at it is you got to go in there, you having the conversations, you talking to people. You get what I'm saying? You connecting. And listen, one of the things I do when I do networking events is when I'm in there, one, I keep a slight smile on my face, not one that's gonna wear my face out. You get what I'm saying? Some of y'all can do that. You can show teeth all night. I can't do that. I got like a slight little grin. You get what I'm saying? I'm smiling. I like to wear shades so you can't see my eyes, but you can kind of figure when I'm looking at you. So when I see somebody that looks at me one complete second too long, I wave at them. I throw my hands. Hey cousin, what's up, baby? You get what I'm saying? I'm treating them folk like I know them, and when we start talking. Listen, that's when man, how you doing? Man, I'm glad, man, good to see you here. They be like, what's up? And then it's easier to get into the conversation. So you have to sometimes pretend like you know a person to get to know a person. You get what I'm saying? Pretend like, listen, hey, bro, what good, baby? Yeah, listen, how you doing, man? Man, you liking it in here? Yeah. Tell me, what's your name, bro? Yeah, hey Chris, Matt, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What you do? You get what I'm saying? How you make the bread, man? How you put the food on the table? How you put the gas in the car? You get what I'm saying? So having those conversations opens up the door and welcomes people into okay, this a cool dude. You get what I'm saying? And listen, cool dude conversations are going to open up to people being able to say, hey, let me invite you to this. Let me invite you to that. I know this person right here who will need your services. I know that person who will need your services. And guess what? You doing what you're doing. You making it happen. All of that good stuff. Because remember, the point of networking, y'all, and your network marketing, listen, is to get the big doors. You get what I'm saying? To get in a door and get a bigger room. This is not for your direct to consumer sales. Because if you marketing, you spend all that time talking to people and gathering, and a person just buy a tumbler, they buy a shirt. You get what I'm saying? They buy some of the body butter, whatever. That's cool. But I would rather meet somebody who would be like, listen, have you checked out these people? Because this is a good warehouse and they find marketing and distribution for you. Like they do the distribution, but they find sales avenues for you to be able to do stuff. I know who that is again. Yeah, when you going over there, yeah, you mind if I tag along just to come? You get what I'm saying? I make sure I have some samples ready for them, whatever. Listen, that's the bigger deal when it comes down to marketing. So you got your network marketing, you got your pop-ups and your ads. You get what I'm saying? The ads I really want to see somebody experiment with. We're definitely going to be doing a local marketing challenge. So if you're not already following me or in my broadcast channel on Small Business CNN, that's my broadcast channel on Instagram. You get what I'm saying? Follow me on Be Like Matt or make sure you go to CEO Coach Matt too. One is an ad channel. One is a regular organic growth channel. You get what I'm saying? On both platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Be Like Matt, also on Facebook. Make sure you get locked in, man, because we're going to be doing the local marketing challenge. And this is kind of that level 2. If level 1 was raunchy, this is that level 2 in it. You get what I'm saying? Where we like, okay, it's getting a little bit more professional. And listen, the difference in between what we discussed in level 1 and level 2 is, guess what? Money. Money, cash, dinero. Level two go take cost you a little cash. You get what I'm saying? It go cost you a little bit. Even the network, you got to put a little gas in your car. You might have to pay a little $10, $20 entry fee. I know in Dallas that's what they usually is. Pop ups, they cost all type of prices for you to vendor different places, and of course ads is gonna cost. But that's in when you're building your marketing budget. That's your first place where your marketing budget sits, and that's going to be just a really nice, really, really, really nice way of you to be able to um, get some of that marketing out there. So that's some stuff that you want to look for. And yes, once again, what you're putting into marketing makes the big difference. But we doing good. We gonna level up to this level 3 and some more details, but we doing good so far. All right, so we've already had our conversation about level 1 and level 2 of local marketing. That's what we're talking about. And listen, so we've already talked about the first level. We call it a little raunchy because it's a little scary to do, but it's free. You get what I'm saying? So that is doing the stickers with the QR codes on them. So y'all got more than just use for stickers for putting them inside these boxes when you shipping your products and items. But we talked about putting them on gas stations, different things like that. Listen, watch out for your soliciting. That's my little disclaimer for telling people about the raunchy marketing. You get what I'm saying? When it comes down to local marketing. Then you got flyers. You get what I'm saying? And we talked about putting those in secure places as well. You listen, soliciting warning again. In the business cards, navigating through what you're going to be doing and where you're putting your business cards at. Now, we also talked about the ads, the pop-ups, and networking in level 2. So putting ads in gas stations, different things like that. So we went through 1, we went through 2. Now I'm going to go into a little bit more of detail. So now this is where it's going to get juicy at. When you're doing your local marketing, one of the biggest things you can do is get interviewed. No matter what type of business you got, get interviewed, listen with local people who do podcasts in your news and TV. The news and TV is always looking to do, and they usually have some type of segment of telling people what's going on local, especially when they're trying to push something positive. So that's a great opportunity for you to say, listen, let me get in here and get my business seen. Now, once again, you gotta understand branding and exposure because you're getting exposure. Your brand's going to be out there, so you want to have all of that right. And the most thing that you're going to get is a bit of exposure because you're going to be seen one day, Roger, stuff like that. So a podcast nowadays is even bigger than the news because all the local people seeing what you're doing or what you got going on, especially if you hosting an event. But you can get that done and you get a lot of people to know about it at one time. But the benefit of being interviewed like in a podcast is people are going to see this multiple times over and over again. So it's great promotion, especially for whatever you're pushing. If your service based or product based when you're thinking about shipping and pushing nationwide, right? You get what I'm saying? Now you also have in that next level, let me see, stands inside of stores. So you got gas stations, different things like this. People, I guess people think it's harder than what it is, but you got to understand a vendor is a vendor. So you can literally go to different gas stations and offer to put your products in that gas station. You can either set up a deal with them where they buy it from you wholesale and you made your money. You get what I'm saying? So now when they buy it, they don't have to worry about whatever. And what you do, you just come and refill it. You get what I'm saying? So you can make a monthly invoice for them. You get what I'm saying? To come and restock the products. And sometimes you have what's called a trust invoice. So a trust invoice is I invoice you for what I replaced. So if you don't sell it, you don't pay for it. That first time or rather, when you pay, you paying for all of what I put in here. But from then on out, you only pay for what I got to restock, and I'm doing an honest restock. So it's a trust type situation. You get what I'm saying? It's a trust agreement where you can't now stuff it and fill it back up. But make sure that it look nice because they're only going to take it down or take it off if you got the stuff halfway hanging off the shelf and stuff like that. You know, Frito-Lay kind of do the same thing. They track what was dropped off. We refilled you. That's what we invoice you for at a wholesale price in a wholesale market. You get what I'm saying? But you got all type of stands, especially, let me tell y'all something. My wax melt and candle people, if people were buying incense from gas stations for years, what make you think people won't buy your cologne, your wax melts, your candles? You get what I'm saying? Especially if you take them a wax melt burner. I gave somebody this idea one time and they totally blew it. You get what I'm saying? They totally blew it. But one of the things that they could have did that they didn't do was they didn't go and put the stuff in stores. I was like, listen, take the wax melt burner and have a station. I even told them the person to go to create the station. And I said, listen, go create this station. And when you create this, I mean, go get this person, create this station. And the little station had a little wax melt burn in the middle that they could plug up and turn on and off. And I said, you go by there, you drop wax melt off, whatever. That was such a genius way for her to make more sales. Did she do it? She most definitely did. You get what I'm saying? But that's a free gem for you right there, and strategy that you can work. So doing stands inside of stores. Let's see. We got another one. This is a big one too. You want to save up and all this local marketing is going to get you closer and closer to brick and mortar if you're not already brick and mortar. And a lot of people got to understand you can get in these small spots in these shopping centers. They only cost about $1,500 a month. Sometimes business insurance or your building insurance can run you up. You can pay $500 to all the way to $1,200,000. I've seen insurances that were more for the insurance than it was for the lease for the building. But you want your stuff to be protected because you can get robbed at any time, which can or cannot be in the insurance sometimes. The building can be set on fire. It ain't got to be you. It can be somebody else. But you got a whole situation like that. But you can get you a good little spot, and you want to make sure you know what your revenue level is. And once again, your marketing, because this is what might take you back to billboards, different things like that, because you need foot traffic. So where you pick your brick and mortar or your quick little spot at is more important than even just getting inside of one, because you want to get that foot traffic and get that sales. So you want to make sure that it's a place that it matches, man. It gotta match what it is that you got going on. It got to match what it is that you're selling, that you're promoting when it comes down to your local marketing. But a big thing that people can do is getting in those stands in the middle of malls. Now, they are outrageously expensive. I will admit that. They are outrageously expensive, and to get inside of a lot of malls and be in the middle of the mall for the stands. And is because they really believe you go be seasonal. They really believe you're going to be short term. So they like, we might as well get all the money we can out of you before we have to replace it with another one. But if you can find one that has a really good deal, that's a really big one for you to be able to do when it comes down to your local marketing. And once again, you want to build up to that point. You want to save up to that point. Shout out to Be Budgeted. Listen, on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram. Listen, y'all want to go to her. She got some really good strategies for saving up and doing your savings challenge when it comes down to that. Shout out to Credit Bay. Listen, she helps you with your credit and your business credit. Those two combined, my God. My God. You already found me. You might as well find them. Listen. Another one is community events. People don't always do this, but you have to, especially when you want to do local marketing, you got to have a little bit of philanthropy behind what you do. So you want to do community events, local marketing. You want to do where you're doing even donations. You get what I'm saying? Where you're doing donations to people and different things like that. You can be donating to them consistently. You get what I'm saying? Donating and getting those donations consistently. So, and this is where even your swag come in there. If you've worked in marketing, you know swag means stuff we like to give away. You get what I'm saying? So doing your community events where if it's for domestic violence, if it's a breast cancer awareness event, and you can do an event that's simply you partnering with somebody that does catering or does food, and you can simply do that. Mentorship. You don't have to have the whole program. You can sponsor the program. Especially if those folks are popular or they're going to have advertisement for it. Guess what? Your name and your face being all on it, being on the stuff that they get, that they take home. That's a way for you to get local marketing, getting in folks' homes, especially if you have that key little item that really gives folks some nice stuff that they can have when it comes down to it. You have high schools and athletic sponsorships that are in the area that you can market to. You want to be using those, getting signs on the side of baseball fields. You get what I'm saying? On the sides of different trucks and stuff like that. So you want to be making sure that you lock in and do those things. And that's our level 3. Listen, all my people that's from Mississippi, listen, I be trying to put y'all on game to we got to represent us. But listen, there's no way to represent us than to have your crooked letter gear, listen, and your crooked letter tumbler. You get what I'm saying? Powered by Juice Corp and Co. You can get your crooked letter tumbler. Listen, I'm telling you, man, this is a collab in between Juice Corp, Matt from Mississippi, and also Unique Listen, unique designs, man. Listen, so ah, you want to go get yours because listen, we hot in these streets. We got P Valley. Listen, we got AJ Brown in the NFL. You get what I'm saying? All of that, man. We got a lot popping and going on. You get what I'm saying? We got Chris Jones. Listen, one of the number one D tackles in the world in the NFL. Listen, is from the Crooked Letter. So if you need some more Mississippi representation, you want to be fly, you want to be cold, and you want to tell them, listen, we still out here balling Jackson State. We still doing our thing. No Dion. Go get you some Crooked Letter gear. JuiceCoreFashion.com. Listen, all of this can also be found on my page. Let's get it. Let's go. We are back for this last segment of Viral the Virtue of the Bricks, the podcast. And listen, we are talking about local marketing. So we went through level 1, which we call a little raunchy marketing. Don't get in trouble for listening. We went through level 2 and we did level 3. But now I wanted to give some pop-up shop secrets that help and some other gems that are like kind of like super gems for what it is that you want to do when it comes down to your marketing, right? So number 1 is when it comes to the pop-up shop ideas, you can get water. Some of y'all gonna say this a little crazy, but you literally can get water and give away free water to draw an audience to your table, to your booth, especially if it's an outside event. Outside or inside, people be thirsty, man, and they get hot. So you can have water. And when people come to the table, you can tell them, listen, here's a case of water. You can get water. Or you can buy this Capri Sun, this small juice, whatever, for $1. And if you buy one, you get to spin the wheel. In the wheel are things that people have to get, but they go with other stuff. So when we were doing it for Sprint, it was you got an iPad case, but you needed the iPad. Every now and then, somebody would already have the iPad. You needed a new iPhone case. It would make them come get the new iPhone, whatever. But it was something that went with something. You get what I'm saying? And this would usually draw them into, well, I need to get this, I need to get that, blahgy, blahgy. And we would start talking to them about it. So we would always have like the newest stuff. You get what I'm saying? The newest stuff would be what we would be promoting, so they could come and get it. But it was all about selling the accessories that went along with it. And if we gave away one for free to come and get your business, shoot, then why not? You get what I'm saying? So also another good gem is vending machines. Networking with vending machines and networking with people who have vending machines so that you can get your products in there. You can wholesale to them and they can do it. But also this includes having your own vending machine. You get what I'm saying? So you can have your own and be using it. And there are so many partnerships that go inside of that as well. So making sure that you have those right partnerships, making sure that you have the right tricks and the right different pieces of strategy that can go into you doing your local marketing and making sure if you're touching your city, you're making sense of your marketing and networking and connecting with your city, then I promise you it's going to bless your business. You don't just want to be stuck with online marketing, especially if you have not peeked into your budget yet. We talked about the ones of these that take some budget. You get what I'm saying? Raunchy, number 1, ain't gonna take much budget. Doing the stickers, doing the flyers, doing the business cards. Small expense budget, right? You get what I'm saying? Doing the ads, the pop-ups, the networking, all those level 2 things, it's gonna take a little more. So you wanna have a marketing budget for that. You get what I'm saying? Which is nothing more than you setting aside some dollars to do it. You get what I'm saying? Getting stands inside of stores, saving up, and being inside of mall vendors, going brick and mortar, doing community events, donations, doing personalized events. You get what I'm saying, for people, especially if you provide a certain type of product. I don't know why more candle makers don't do, hey, come create a candle. You get what I'm saying? Business, that's literally what a candle maker did, was started a candle wall where people can come create the candle with them. You get what I'm saying? And then boom, they have that candle, they let it settle, and the people come back and pick it up, or they can have maybe a shipping option where you ship it to them. So that's the way that you can turn your candle business into a brick and mortar candle business. But there are so many of those things, different events, just anything around kind of like paint and sip that you can do, that you can partner with. And I'm telling you, especially partner with people who love to and who do catering, catering, photographers, event planners. You want to be making sure you can get your products involved in this stuff, because that's your local marketing. That's where you're going to be getting a buck and a wholesale while you're in home and in your area. If you're just trying to do direct to consumer and you're trying to do that all from local, I mean, you can try it, you can do it, but unless you're a food vendor, the food industry is the only place that makes that easy, that makes local marketing easy like that. But for everybody else, it's listen, especially as a small business, it's the push. You're going to use social media and what it gives you nowadays. You're going to use that and go across country. But in that local market, you can say, hey, I have an established base here, and I can make sure that people can walk in and get what they need. I can make sure that I'm set up somewhere and people are getting what they need. And in your marketing, that's essentially what you're doing. You're providing a need. You're filling a need. You are making sure that your product gets into that place, and getting it into places where it matters. Like I'm telling y'all, being on the little baseball field billboards, there's hundreds of people watch their kids play baseball each week. Get in that sponsorship. Those billboards sometimes are $300. You know what I'm saying, for a season. Why not you be on that? Why not you be a big sponsorship, when it comes down to that, or whatever it is, partnering up, you know what I'm saying? But I want to be right next to wherever Coca-Cola is when it comes to the kids, sports and stuff like that, and having a business, I'm going to get involved with it when it comes down to local marketing. Any way that I can vendor, I'm going to listen. I'm going to be making sure that I can vendor and that I can do it. You get what I'm saying? Providing certain items that like you give away that fit into those things. I remember one year I had a partner did the seat cushions that people wear at the stadium. And he had got it on a little deal. It was already in his marketing budget. So I think it cost him like $10 per seat. Or was it 5? And I think he was like, if I was to sell them, I would sell them at 10. But he did 500 of them. And he was doing raffles and giveaways, and he was giving them out the seats. In some type of way, he connected it with the school. And so many of them people got it from him as the season was starting and stuff. And they had their little cushion seats that go in the stands, and they had his brand on it, front, back, bottom. And you know what I'm saying? That worked out really good for him. So, but that's our GIF when it comes down to local marketing, man. We are in. Man, I'm excited, man, about the rest of this series. Next week, we're going to be going a little deeper in another subject of marketing, but you want to make sure you stay tuned, lock in, make sure you follow with the interviews and everything that we got going on when it comes to FB Life Matt, SEO Matt. You can find me on all those platforms. And also, you want to make sure that you're locked in to this podcast. Like, share, subscribe, Viral, the Virtue of the Bricks. We on.